Hi there, this is Daniel, and you are going to get coded. As you see right now, I am exactly where I left at my third part in the dictionary series. So right now, what I'm trying to do is sort a dictionary based on its values. So if I'm going on the left side right now, and I'm scrolling a little bit, you can see that I have a section called Sorting by Values. So let's go into it a little bit, but make sure that you check the third part of this dictionary series before jumping into this one. So our intent right now is to have a store dictionary and actually sort that specific dictionary, or rather get the values and sort those specific values. And you can see that I have a variable. I create a different variable called sorted store by value. And I'm ordering the elements of the store dictionary based on its values, and then I'm selecting only the key. So I'm doing something similar to what I've done before. I am trying to extract the key, but I'm trying to extract the key after the values have been ordered or sorted in the dictionary. So let me try to do that. After our section for sorting the dictionary by key, we can start writing our code. So let's try to say var sorted store or sorted store values equals store, and then enter. We can press dot, and here we have a list of all the extended, or rather all the methods that come from the link namespace. And these are all extension methods. Right now, I'm interested in order by, because this order by method right here orders the elements of a specific collection based on one property. So I can start typing order by, and I want to order them by a specific property. Let me try to press on escape so that this pop out is going to close. And I can just say item and then pass to. This is how you call this specific operator. So this arrow operator is called pass to. So you pass to item.value. So you specify what property of this specific item I actually want to order this store by. And I want to order by the value. Beside the value, you can also see the key, but I want to order them by the value. And then I can continue on and then say select. And this is the projection method. And this is going to project a new collection. And by projecting, I mean it's going to transform this into something else. That is projection. You are creating something new. So whenever you want to create something or to transform a particular collection to something else by either extracting one property, creating a new object of that, calling a method and returning a value, all of these operations, all of these transformations to a specific collection are called projections. So you can do those projections by using the select method out of the link namespace. So I can say select, and I'm going to use the same arrow function that I previously used, but this time I'm interested only in the key property of that specific item inside the store dictionary. And then I can continue on by displaying the items based on the keys again. So I'm going to use again a for each, and I'm going to say key in sorted store values. But this is not sorted store values. So I thought that this is going to return the value, but it's not. So what is this one? It's just, again, a collection of keys. If I'm going to hover over the var keyword, you are going to see that I have systems.collections.generic.IEnumerable out t. So this is not an array as before. This is an IEnumerable, because we don't need actually to transform this to an array and to call the sort method of that array, because we can order them by value before we select the key, and we can just keep this one as an IEnumerable. We don't need to transform it into an array. But right now this name is not actually what this value is about. This is not sorted store values. This is sorted store keys again. So let me try to rename that. Sorted store, and I'm gonna say by keys. But this is not by keys, this is by values, but we have only the keys. So how should we name that? Sorted store keys, or store keys rather, store keys sorted by values. And I don't want the plural, so I just want by value, so I can just say by value. So right now this variable represents and describes exactly what we are doing on the right side. We get, or rather first we order the items of a dictionary by the value, and then we select only the key. So we have the store keys sorted by value. This is what this specific variable has. And this is a better name than what I have on the left side, because this one doesn't actually tell me the whole story about the operations and actually what this variable points to. It doesn't. But on the right side, you can see that this is more descriptive and it's clearer and more specific about what this variable actually points to. And what I want to do as an exercise for now, I want to actually replace the var keyword with the actual explicit type that it has. So control dot and then enter. I'm going to have IEnumerable of type string. So this is the actual type of this specific variable. And right now I'm going to keep the key because this is exactly what it has. It has, or rather it is, a collection of keys. So I'm going to continue on actually printing out to the screen this specific, or the items in a specific order. And the order is going to be dictated by this, because one by one we are iterating over the items that we have in our store keys sorted by value collection. And one by one we are going to access the item that we need in order to get the value out of our store dictionary. So CW tab, and we are going to print out to the screen that specific key. So we have key, colon, and then store, and then key. And this is going to extract this code over here to extract the value out of that dictionary based on the key that I'm providing. If I'm going to save this and run this, you are going to see that I print the dictionary twice. Let me try to put a separator here so that we can see that this was from the first iteration, this is from the second one. So by key and by value. Let me try to put that right here. I'm going to put a new console write line to actually separate those two so we can actually better see what's going on. So the first time the dictionary is printed sorted alphabetically based on the key, so coconut, grape, lemon, and peach. The second time it is printed according to the value, so the quantity that each fruit type has, in an ordered way, so 8, 10, 15, and 23. And again, the idea is the same. We are iterating over the already sorted collection, and we only extract the key or extract the value of that dictionary based on the key. So we don't actually sort this dictionary, so this dictionary remains intact. So at this point, like at the end of all these statements, this stored dictionary has not been modified at all. We just extracted the keys, or we projected, we transformed that, we just extracted those things that we needed from that stored dictionary, and we created new variables holding the values that we want, either the keys as an array or the keys ordered by the values that they have. And this is what sorting by values boils down to. What I previously said in my latter video was that the dictionary is not sorted, is not ordered itself. And I just said that right now. Let's try to actually order the dictionary also. So, after all these for each statements, I'm going to write again console write line to have the limiter between our code from previously and our code from right now. And I have not written that in my tutorial, so I'm going to just do this by heart right now in this video. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to sort the dictionary and I'm trying to create a new dictionary. As I said previously, you cannot actually change the order of the items in the dictionary. Still, the dictionary has an order in itself, but you should not rely on that. It's not something that you should rely on. So you should not rely on the order in which you add the items, unless the dictionary is a sorted dictionary. So C# and .NET itself has a class called Sorteddictionary that you can use instead of the dictionary class. And this is useful because whenever you add a new item to the dictionary, this by default is going to put that specific item into the right place so that all the items are ordered at all times. But we are not interested in that. We are interested in actually creating a new dictionary sorted by key or by value. So let's try to do that. Var sorted store by key. So right now we want the sorted store by key. So I'm actually going to return a new dictionary. So I'm going to say store and then enter and then dot. I'm going to order the store based on the keys. So order by, I'm going to use an arrow function. So item pass to item. And how should you think about this? Look at the for each. We have var key in store key sorted by value. So we iterate over the collection, and with each iteration we have the item here. The same goes for this one. Look at this as a for each, kind of, and this is the item. But this for each is a method that does a specific thing, and you do that specific thing inside here. So you pass in an expression, and the functionality resides inside the order by. So it's similar to for each in the sense that you iterate through each item and you do something with those specific items one by one. So what do I want? I want to order the store by the key. So I'm going to say item dot, and then I can specify either key or value. As I said, I want key. And then if I'm gonna say just that, if I'm gonna end this one and I'm going to hover over var, you can see that right now I have an I ordered enumerable. This is not a dictionary. This is an other class, or rather interface, because it starts with an I. This is an other thing. So I have to transform this to a dictionary. And I can do that by using the ToDictionary method inside the link namespace. And this ToDictionary is going to transform this specific collection into a dictionary. In order to use this ToDictionary method, you need to pass in two expressions. The first to extract the key, and the second the value. So I'm going to say item.key, and then item.value. And then if I hover over var, you can see that right now this has transformed again into a dictionary. It is not a I ordered enumerable anymore. it is a dictionary because I called the ToDictionary and I passed in these two expressions. And you separate them by commas. I know this might be a little bit difficult, and this is kind of a unique syntax for C#, because this is for ToDictionary. We need to pass in two types at the same time. What I want to do, I want to actually replace var with the underlying type so that you would see what the type is. So you can see dictionary, string, and double. So right now, what I've done, I created a new dictionary based on the store dictionary that I had previously. But this dictionary right now is ordered by the key itself. And if I'm going to use a for each, and I'm going to say item in sorted dictionary by key, and right now it makes sense to use the specific name because we actually have a sorted store right now, and this is sorted by key. So it's not just sorted store keys or sorted keys or store keys sorted by value. Right now we are dealing with a sorted store by key. So we actually have that store transformed, and it still is a dictionary. So let's try to print out what we printed previously. So it's going to be the exact same syntax. The key, right now the key comes from the item. So item.key, because we deal with a what? A key value pair. So as we are iterating over each item, because we are dealing with a dictionary, the item itself is not just any item, it is a key value pair item. This is specific for a dictionary in C#. So whenever you are dealing with dictionaries, each item has this specific type, key value pair, meaning it has a key and it has a value, and it's a pair. And then I want to display the value. Again, the value comes from the item.value. If I'm going to run this again, you can see right now that I have coconut, grape, lemon, and peach. So the store being printed out, but in a specific way, ordered by the key. And right now, still, the original dictionary is still not modified, but we created in memory a new dictionary based on that one. So right now in memory, we have two dictionaries, one that is sorted and one that is not sorted. So the original one and the ordered one. This might cause problems. This might cause performance problems because we are dealing with two dictionaries. But the downside of the previous approach is that maybe these two might go out of sync. Maybe you might want to add a new item to this dictionary and you forget that. And this sorted store keys array remains unchanged and doesn't have that specific key. When you try to do something with that, it's going to cause problems. You might have bugs. Or imagine that you are going to remove one item out of this dictionary, and then you want to access that right here in the array. That is going to cause a problem. And let's try to see. Let me try to extract the keys. So I'm going back to the code that I created previously in the other video. The code that extracts the key and transforms them to an array and then sorts them by the key. After I'm doing these two, let me try to remove. So store.remove, this is the method to remove an item from a dictionary, and you can remove them by specifying a key. And I want to remove the peach. And this code, if I run it right now, is going to try to access the key called peach inside the store, and this is going to throw an exception. Let's try to run it, and you can see key not found exception. The given key peach was not present in the dictionary, and this is what I was expecting. This is an exception that comes with having code like this. Again, this code is not necessarily evil, is not fully evil per se. You could extract this to a function, make it pure, and then call it whenever you want that. So whenever you want your keys ordered, or you want to display the store in an ordered way, you want to call a function that operates on that array. So it's very dangerous to keep these two things in memory at the same time. But again, I'm glad that I'm showing you these two things so that you are going to understand. So that's the whole point of my tutorials, to make you understand and to show you the reasoning behind your code, because not all code is, I don't know, future proof. It can have errors, it can have bugs, it can have so many things. And as you just saw here, this is prone to bugs. But if it's used in this way. So let me try to remove this specific line that causes the problems, and let's try to scroll down to our previously written code. You can see that here I created a new dictionary. So right now I have another dictionary in memory. But again, if the original dictionary changes, this dictionary will not hold a reference to that one. So it's going to just contain what it has here. So it's not going to update. And again, this is what you have to do if you want to keep these two in sync. But normally you would not do that. Normally what I would go about this in real life is, again, to create a function, and that function to either return an ordered array of keys or to return, as I have here, an ordered dictionary, and then operate on that or display that to the user if that's what we need. So here I have a sorted dictionary by key. I want to do by value, and that's everything that I have to talk about dictionaries for now. So let's try to create a new dictionary, and I'm going to write this by hand. So the type is going to be dictionary, string, and double. And then I'm going to say sorted store by value. And I'm going to get the reference of that store variable. I'm going to press on dot, and I'm going to say order by value. So it's going to be exactly the same, but instead of ordering it by key, I want to order it by value. So item.value. And I'm able to have these two properties, key and value, because this item itself is a key value pair. And then I have to use the exact same ToDictionary method, which has the first one for the key, item.key, an arrow function that returns the key, and the second arrow function that returns the value. So right now I have another dictionary in memory that is sorted by the value. So if I say for each item in sorted dictionary by value, and I'm going to say Control CW tab. So this is going to create this, and then $ for string interpolation, and I'm going to say item.key column item.value. This works the exact same as this one because we are dealing with a key value pair. So because this for each, or rather both of these for each statements or loops operate on a dictionary, the item itself that we are iterating through is of type key value pair. So let me try to put in here a new line and run this one. You can see that right now I have the dictionary sorted by value. And this is how you can actually sort a dictionary itself. And this is what I had to show you. So I hope you understood this one. Let me know what you think about the code that I just showed you. Do you think it's too much? Do you think it's, I don't know, interesting? Did you learn anything new? I believe that I went through just so many features of the dictionary class. I showed you the keys property. I showed you some methods from the link library, such as order by, select for projection. I showed you the ToDictionary to create a dictionary based on a collection. I also showed you how to convert a collection to an array, and how to sort an array, and also how to use for each to display some items from a collection. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and thank you so much for your interest in my my tutorials about C#, and I hope you learn something, and I'm going to see you soon in the next videos. Goodbye.